Hello, students. Now, under concept of diseases, we are moving to the last part of the topic, that is modes of intervention. Before this modes of intervention, we had a discussion on the levels of prevention of disease, at which levels we can prevent any disease or disorder, and those levels are: we can prevent the disease or disorder at very early stage of occurrence, or well in advance, you can say. That is called primordial prevention. Vaccination or immunization is one example of primordial prevention again. Now second is primary prevention. Now primary prevention is done whenever one is exposed to the risk of getting disease. Again, one example I can quote here is in say around 1990 or so, there was a pandemic of plague in India, and it began from Surat. Now, in Surat, thousands of rats were killed, and a massive cleanliness drive was taken throughout the Surat city. Disinfection measures and spraying of disinfectants, cleaning the garbage, and all required. Then again, quarantine, then restricted movement of the people were not allowed to go out of Surat. Then outside people were not allowed to enter the Surat. All these things were going on in Surat. But looking at the risk, what government has done or what people has done, people started taking medicine even if there was no AIDS in that particular area. So why they were taking medicine? They were taking medicine to prevent themselves because they are at the risk of getting plague. So this is your primary level of prevention. Then some measures you one do when the disease is in very early stage, when the signs and symptoms of disease has just began to appear. So whatever you do, you go for diagnosis, you go for treatment, proper treatment, you go for surgery if it is required, compulsory. Then whatever you do, that will fall under secondary prevention. And when the disease is in advanced stage, then to prevent further damage, whatever is done is called or will fall under your tertiary prevention. So this level is tertiary prevention. Now, friends, modes of intervention. Modes of intervention means any measure or action taken to intervene or interrupt the natural sequence of a disease is called intervention. In simple sense, we can say we have seen that the journey of any disease from its beginning to end, that is, we call it as natural history of disease, right? So whatever you do to stop this journey, to stop this progress of disease at any given stage, whether at early stage, whether at latter stage, whether in middle stage, whatever action you do, suppose for example you wear a mask, so this is a mode of intervention. You clean your hands, so action. So in definition we have seen any measure or action taken to intervene or interrupt. Interrupt means to stop in between, to stop the process of natural sequence of a disease is called as intervention. Now intervention includes treatment, education, help, or even social support. Now, there are five measures of modes of intervention, or there are five major modes of intervention. Five major modes of intervention. Number one, health promotion. Number 2, specific intervention. Number 3, early diagnosis and early treatment. Number 4, disability limitation. And number 5, rehabilitation. So these are the 5 major modes of intervention which will stop the progress of disease, or which will stop the natural sequence of disease or natural history of disease in between. So, and we have seen it includes treatment part, it includes even educating a people can be a mode of intervention, even helping somebody can be a mode of intervention, even giving a social support to someone can be a mode of intervention. Now the first mode of intervention is health promotion. Now this mode of intervention, that is health promotion, it is not for any particular disease, but it is a general, for general well-being, or you can say it is meant to strengthen the host, to make the host strong by improving general health and quality of life of individual and communities. And the important interventions for health promotion are: number 1, health education. Number of diseases can be prevented by adequate health education about the diseases. We have seen one example. Now in your school days, in your college syllabus, you will find the topics or chapters related with diseases, related with health. Now why this health education is given to you? Just because you should have a knowledge, and you can keep yourself prevented from getting those diseases, right? Now we are presently discussing the first mode of intervention, that is health promotion. We have seen it is a general, its objective is general well-being of an individual. It is not directed at particular disease. This mode of intervention is not for particular disease, but it is for maintaining general health of an individual. Okay, so whatever measures we do under this, like first measure we can do is health education. We can educate the people about the health, and thereby we can prevent them, or we can keep their health in good condition. Then second mode in this is environmental modification. Say for example, provision of safe drinking water, installation of sanitary latrines, control on insects, etc., can prevent many diseases. See, just by simply providing the people with safe drinking water or potable water, we can prevent number of waterborne diseases. So what is this? This is an environmental modification. If they are drinking contaminated water, by filtering that water, by treating that water with chemicals, we can prevent number of diseases. So this is the environmental modification, and this is done not for preventing particular disease, but for group of diseases. It is for general well-being of that particular individual. Then again, installation of sanitary latrines. Now we have seen that our honorable Prime Minister has launched the scheme, and they are providing the monetary support to those peoples in whose house there is no sanitary latrine, or those people, poor peoples who can't even build the sanitary latrine. So for them, government is giving aid or help in the form of money. Around 12,000 rupees they are giving per family for one latrine, and for building one latrine. So why this is being done? This is done to modify the environment. The people are going for open air defecation to prevent them from getting many diseases, because open air defecation lead to the spreading of many diseases in the community. So for that, government is doing. So it is nothing but the mode of intervention of preventing those diseases which is spread by open air defecation. So this is the second way under first mode of intervention, that is health promotion. Now third way of intervention under first mode of intervention, that is health promotion, is nutritional intervention. Now it consists of food distribution and nutritional improvement by educating the people, by implementing child feeding program, etc. See, in nutritional intervention, what is done? People are made aware about the value of nutritional diet, why balanced diet is essential, and helping or providing those who cannot even afford balanced diet with midday meal scheme or child feeding programs or various other programs through which nutritional deficiency can be overcome. So that is the one sort of intervention for health promotion of the people. It is not directed at a particular disease but for general well-being of an individual. Fourth mode of intervention in first major mode of intervention, that is health education, is lifestyle and behavioral changes. That is, for example, avoidance of smoking, alcohol consumption, drug abuse, etc. Now, by this, that means by avoiding use of drugs, if one is having a habit of taking drugs or misusing the drugs, or if one is having a bad habit of consuming alcohol, or if one is addict of smoking, so by avoiding all these bad habits or by avoiding these addictions, one can have a better lifestyle and can get away from the diseases which may happen or which may occur in him because of those, what you can say, those bad habits. Okay.